Hi, I'm Felicia, the producer and host of the Talking Taiwan podcast.
And I'm Kaju, the executive producer, sound engineer, and webmaster of Talking Taiwan.
I've been the host of Talking Taiwan since 2013, but I didn't step into the role of the show's producer until 2018. I needed to find a sound engineer, but didn't have the budget to hire one at first.
Having had 30 years experience and a background as a musician and audio engineer, that's when I decided to step up and offer to help.
In December of 2019, Kaju and I decided to relaunch Talking Taiwan, initially by publishing episodes on a bi-weekly basis. When the pandemic hit New York in 2020, things changed drastically. The work I'd been doing with my clients slowed down, and I took it as an opportunity to step up Talking Taiwan by publishing weekly episodes.
Together, we've worked hard on improving the sound quality of the podcast and have even gotten a bit creative with the sound design for some episodes. There's a noticeable difference between podcast episodes produced before and after March 2020. We're proud of the fact that since March 2020, we faithfully published a weekly episode of Talking Taiwan. Without even knowing it, Talking Taiwan has become the longest-running Taiwan-related podcast, and we want to keep it that way for years to come.
We take a great deal of pride in the content we produce. I work hard on interviewing a variety of guests. My goal is to have each episode do one or more of these three things: inform, educate, or entertain. Most people don't realize all the work that goes into producing a weekly show. Besides all the planning, getting the right guests, I thoroughly research and prepare for each interview. And then, after the interview, I do the fact-checking and prepare editing notes for Kaju.
Then there are many long hours of sound editing per episode, and the sound design.
And show notes.
And graphic design.
Social media posting.
And updating the website.
It's a lot of work for our two-person team, but it's been like a dream job for both of us. The pandemic has been hard on so many people, and I've had my share of personal challenges through it all. On those difficult days, I'm glad that I've had the help and support of Kaju and Talking Taiwan as a way to still be able to make meaningful contributions to society.
Our hard work has paid off. In December, Talking Taiwan won a Golden Crane Podcast Award.
We are so honored to have been recognized alongside some other amazing podcasters and podcast teams. Talking Taiwan is one of the few Taiwan-related podcasts around still producing content weekly. Comparable podcasts raise fundraising in advance before even producing a season. We've been consistently producing Talking Taiwan non-stop since March of 2020 on a shoestring budget with only a few individual donors supporting us.
Absolutely, Felicia. Producing a weekly podcast is a full-time job. It's amazing we've been able to continue producing Talking Taiwan.
We're asking you to support us so that we can focus on setting up a more permanent structure for Talking Taiwan. We'd like to incorporate Talking Taiwan as a non-profit or hybrid organization.
And we need to upgrade needed equipment. We'd also like to expand what we do in a number of ways. How would we do that, Felicia?
Well, first we'd like to do more coverage on global geopolitical issues related to Taiwan.
In fact, our analytics indicate that we have a growing listenership in Europe, so we'd also like to address stories related to Europe and more relevant to Taiwan's European community and diaspora. In order to accomplish that, we could produce more episodes that cover Europe-related stories, Felicia. And to better improve our coverage of Taiwan, we'd like to conduct our operations in both the US and Taiwan.
We'd also like to update and upgrade the podcast in other ways by offering English and Chinese transcripts of Talking Taiwan episodes and having a budget to pay for a research assistant and occasional translation assistance if needed for live translation during interviews.
Ultimately, we're working towards building a sustainable infrastructure for Talking Taiwan to expand what Talking Taiwan does.
We'd also like to develop some ideas that I have to create streams of income for Talking Taiwan. Our goal is to be able to do Talking Taiwan full-time and to set up a structure to build Talking Taiwan into a lasting legacy so that it can continue for generations to come.